Welcome back to the Just Because podcast. We talk everything about life and cosplay. I'm your host, Daniela, and our other host here is Jeremy. We're both your hosts. Peace signs all around.
You did it! Oh, good job.
Yay!
Do you want to keep
First
that?
time. Yeah, I'm
We're
fine. You
keeping
can
it.
always edit it.
No,
or
we're
you
not
can always
editing.
just
Danielle,
record
this
one
is
separately.
live. The recording started.
I'll be like, cut.
No, this is it now. Well,
This is it.
Well,
Guys, give me 10 out of 10.
10 out of
review
10
on that.
All right. So yeah, Danielle did the intro. Good job.
Cute.
So we're back with another episode. This is episode 52. Everyone, we're doing good.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
before we get started, let's tell them about our announcement, Danny. What have we done?
Oh, yes. Okay, we've done something pretty exciting. I'm so keen to share it all with everyone. We have released our Patreon. Have some little cheering sound effects right here.
So,
it's just us.
Yeah, so what's been happening behind the scenes and why we've been absent for a while is obviously we've been trying to discuss the future of Just Because. It's been something that whenever I go to a convention, even when Danny goes to a convention, we get asked, like, oh, I love the podcast. What's happening with it? I haven't heard from you guys in a while. And full transparency, it's been a little bit up in the air about what the future of it was going to be. Because initially, as you all know, it was a project that myself and Maya started as part of our journey to do WCS. But obviously, since that point in time, both of our preferences in life has changed quite dramatically. You know, she's living overseas in Japan, living her best life, doing something different.
Living her best life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've been going a lot harder with my social skills coaching, which has been wonderful for me. So I've been helping a lot of fellow introverts find themselves and improve their social life, which has been really, really fulfilling.
It's amazing.
And, yeah, cosplay hasn't really been, like, I haven't forgotten about it. I still love it. It's still my favorite hobby in the world to do. But because it has been less of a focus for me, there wasn't really, an idea of like, oh, what am I doing with this podcast? Because I was, carrying the reins by myself for a while, talked to Maya, and Maya's like, yeah, you can keep going if you want. But it's a lot less fun doing it all by yourself. I'm just going to say it like that.
Yeah. I would struggle too. I'd be like, I'm talking to myself. And I have to entertain myself for a whole hour.
So I did do a couple of solo episodes. That was fine. I did talk to a bunch of different guests, which was a lot of fun and interesting. But
very smart.
Yeah, but it for me, it felt very, I guess, to me, was supposed to be a fun group project to, connect with people. It did feel a little bit lonely at times. So there was a period in time which I thought, oh, well, maybe this is a good place to stop. Episode 50, we made it that far. But Danny and I, we became pretty good friends over the last 6 months to a year. And we've been hanging out, playing Baldur's Gate and shooting shit and whatever.
It's been so fun.
Yeah, it's been good fun. And we said, I was like, oh, well, what's happening with the podcast? I'm like, well, you want to do another episode? So one episode kind of turned into talking, and eventually we got to a stage where over the last few weeks we've been working on our Patreon. Danny, did you want to take the reins here a bit and tell us a little bit about this Patreon? What's included, why you should sign up, and what we're trying to build as a result of this?
Yeah, so to be pretty blunt and just say what we really want to create straight away is we really want to focus more on the community and create our own little community of cosplayers so we can all support each other and cheer each other on and help one another with, whether it's just growing as a cosplayer or improving your skills. And I guess talking about things that we also discuss on the podcast and helping improve our podcast by hearing what you guys want next. So the Patreon, when you subscribe, you'll get access to our private Discord. Oh my gosh. So your support just means a lot. We're not trying to milk you dry. It's it's just another way for people to show their support. And also see some behind the scenes and just get to know the people that are involved in the podcast. Some of you might want to get to know us more and what we do and what we like. And we would love to get to know you guys and what you like and what you do. I think I covered most of it. Jeremy's his thoughts are much more concise than mine.
That's okay. I just spoke. It's like, hey, Danny, you should do the intro today. It's like, what? Okay.
Yes.
Good job. So
you.
with the Patreon again, with the focus is on the community, like Danny said, it's just $4 a month, which is like buying us a coffee. If you feel like buying us a coffee once a month, then awesome.
Yes.
That's it. Just $4 a month. There's no like higher tiers or lower tiers. And what it is going to do is, like Danny mentioned, is get you access to our private Discord. And our goal with the Discord is to grow a community that's open to everyone. So if you're in high school, if you're an adult working a big corporate job, whatever you want, $4 a month is not something that is out of reach for anybody. But what we want to foster mostly in this community is, just somewhere where people can come and congregate and talk all things cosplay. So whether that be what you're working on, if you need some advice, if you need some tutorials somewhere, we're going to have a section for that. If you need some feedback on something, have a section on that. If you want to just have a chit chat with other fellow cosplayers about something, you can have a chat to that as well. So we've got something in which we kind of really want to bring everyone together, just to a place which you can have, meet some new people, find some other people who like listening to the podcast. But again, if you don't want to join the community, you don't have to. If you just want to support us, buy us a coffee, then that'd be wonderful as well. But again, no pressure to join at all if you don't want to. But this has just been something that we've kind of been working on more as a way of, I guess, finding a way to bring that community aspect of cosplay together. Because, we go to cons, we hang out with friends, and some of us don't really know how to talk to people. How do I meet this person on Instagram? Do I just send them a message? Like, do I pretend we're friends? Like, what do we do? And there's no real one right or wrong way to do it, but by opening this avenue of creating another community space, we're hoping that we can, create one of these communities where, people can freely come and go as they please.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so that's the reason we're doing it. And if anything, the Patreon $4 is really just to help pay for the cost of keeping this podcast online. I don't know if you know, but it costs like $12 or $14 to publish this across the internet.
Yeah.
So it's just to pay for that. That's it. We're not trying to become an empire or anything like that. So,
got to conquer the podcast world.
Conquer the podcast world one at a time.
One cosplayer.
But so that's the big announcement we've got for today. You can find all of the details in the description below. Otherwise, you can just search us up on Patreon as the JustBeCos Cosplay Podcast, and you can find us pretty easily. Anyway, that's it. That's the episode. It's all right. See ya.
Bye.
So what we wanted to do is, as well, we want to try and, apart from just make it like, all right, let's talk about some value. Here's some value. Here's some tutorials. Have some more value. It gets boring. So we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to go have some value, have some fun, have some what if kind of scenarios. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So what Danny and I are going to do today is we've actually taken some very common cosplay questions from across the internet that we've searched up, and we're going to post them to each other. So she's got a list, I've got a list, and this is a compilation of would you rather scenarios in cosplay. And if you're listening in, I hope you also have your own very strong opinion about what you would do in these circumstances, because you as a cosplayer would be able to relate a lot. So we're going to go into it and have a bit of a biff and see what happens from there. So, Danny, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Oh, okay. I feel like the one I have, it's even when I read it, I was like, what the heck am I going to answer with? So
start. I guess we'll start easy questions and we'll work our way up to the more difficult ones. Yeah.
Okay. Right, cool. An easy one. This is still hard for me. Okay. Would you rather always have amazing con experiences but zero social media presence, or have a massive following but struggle to make real connections?
You can really guess my answer for this. You really guess my answer very easily. I am a slut for connections, right?
Yes.
And the reason I say, and would you agree or would you disagree with this statement? Like, would you prefer to make real friends, no social media, or be like huge on social media, but you don't really have that many close friends?
Nah, definitely the connect, because I wouldn't even be in cosplay if I hadn't have made the friends like in the community. So for me, again, it makes sense for me to prefer the connections. I wasn't big at all. I'm still not huge, like, double digit thousands of followers or anything like that. But, even when I first started, I was just there to make friends, and that was more important to me.
It's really funny because when I started, it was the exact opposite. This is back in like my first convention. Call me old if you want. This is back in 2005. I was still in school. Okay. In 2005, Brisbane Supernova was the only event that existed pretty much at the time. So imagine being in Australia and it's like, where do you buy anime merch? There's no internet. There's no like local hobby store. There is one event per year and it's Supernova. So I saved all of my dollary dues and went there and I was like, don't talk to me. I'm shopping. But
so
then
cute.
By the end of it, I was like, I kind of want to meet people now, hey? And that became a really big part of why I went to conventions after a while, because I don't know about you. Maybe you've always been the popular girl, Danny. I don't know. But
no.
No? Oh, okay. Okay, all right. But
I have friends, though. But like my first con was with friends, which is nice. Yeah.
I think mine I was with my brother and a friend, but I think after I started cosplaying, they were like, yeah, nah, I'm done with conventions, hey? So
they dropped off a bit.
They dropped off. So, but yeah, so I've started focusing on shopping, and after that, the main reason I wanted to go to cons was to try and make friends. And I had no idea how to. That's another story for another time. You probably already know my story. But so to answer the question, I would 100% go make heaps of cool connections. I'll keep in touch via post if I need to. I don't have social media. But yeah, that's. I think it's a pretty easy question. I might actually follow that up with a very similar question that I actually found.
Ooh, okay.
Would you rather attend a convention where everyone recognized you as this super famous cosplayer, but you had no close friends there? So maybe you got invited to see us as a guest, or would you rather go to a convention where no one recognized you, but you got to spend time with heaps of close friends?
Oh, isn't that kind? Oh, I definitely would rather spend time with close friends, but then technically your friends recognize you, right? So,
yes, real recognizes real. So but I don't know. Maybe you went to some convention overseas as a guest.
Yeah,
right?
That would be hard.
And you're like, oh my god, it's the Daniela Makes Things. Oh my god.
I feel like the moments like that are more special when you celebrate. Like when you celebrate your, achievements with others, it's more special.
It is. So imagine you get to achieve things, but no friends are there.
Yeah.
Or say you're just enjoying an event, but your friends are there.
I prefer to be at an event with my friends, 100%. Like every time, even when it comes to, applying as a creator and stuff like that, me and Byron are always instantly sending the opportunities to some of our friends. Like, have you applied? Like, apply, let's go together. Like, come on, it'll be so fun if we're all creators together, or if we all go to the con together. It's not, I'm going. And, you can maybe figure out whether there's an opportunity and decide if you want to come. But I
gotta say, it is a lot more fun going to pursue these opportunities with someone so you can kind of grow together. It's much more it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fulfilling than saying, oh yeah, I got it. Woohoo.
Yep.
What now?
I bet it sounds tempting as well, though, like to be like, oh yeah, like all the fame, but like the loneliness when you feel lonely, it's so much more overwhelming than that one moment of fame.
Again, this is just a very broad question, right? Because there's nothing saying, oh, you go to this event and you can make new friends and you can make new connections. There's nothing saying that you can't do that. That's part of the question. Yeah. You can't do it. And, I'm just going to say, I think both you and myself, if we did have an opportunity like that to go somewhere, we knew nobody, we would have friends by the end of that event.
Yeah, I agree. Right? We would still go. We'd still make friends.
But again, if it's like, would I prefer, being somewhere where everyone knew me? But again, maybe the criteria is no one there is close friend material. They're all just super fans or something. I think I'd be on the same page. I'm like edging towards it, same page of, again, you achieve something, it's much more fulfilling when you've got someone to celebrate it with rather than
Yeah.
by yourself. So
Yeah, I agree.
all right, no, good.
It definitely is a tricky one.
It's a tricky one. All right.
Yeah.
What do you got next? What's on your would you rather list?
Okay, this one is, would you rather have your dream cosplay instantly made for you, but you could never make anything yourself again? Or always have to craft your cosplays, but they turn out just okay?
Straight up, second one, just okay.
Me too.
Okay. Okay,
That was
the
such a
reason
painful
being, because
thought.
it's like, oh, you have this thing perfectly made. But to me, that's like buying, a trophy. Or it's like buying your perfect cosplay. And yeah, you get to wear it. But I could never make anything again. Because,
Yeah, I'd be so sad.
I mean, because I guess for you, again, I'm guessing the enjoyment in cosplay, a big part of it is being able to make something with your own two hands.
Oh, yes.
And then at the end of it, you're like, I made this. See that shield? I made that shield. See that helmet?
So
I
cool.
made that helmet.
Yeah, yes.
I'm not going to
exactly.
display some prop that I bought online and say, yeah, you know what? It doesn't have that sentimental value.
Yeah, it's more fulfilling too. Like, I think I've spoken to you about it before, that I see nothing wrong with buying versus, making. I will make the costumes of characters that I really love. So my dream cosplay is going to be made by me. I will buy a costume if it's not a character I really love, but I want to cosplay them, and it's more of like a backup for like a chill cosplay day.
Yep.
Because a lot of my made costumes, not like, some of them are uncomfortable, some of them are comfy, but also not the most
Well made.
like, yeah,
Yep.
or even just they're not chill. Like,
They're not chill
I don't know how to
costumes.
explain. Yeah, they're like got body paint or armor and shit and ears and a
These
lot of the chill
days, I
ones
find
are
myself
different.
just making the chill costumes because I just this the part of me is like, I can't be stopped making a really big thing and then going to a con and lunking it around, and I'm more uncomfortable
work.
and I can't
Yes.
talk to people because I'm so uncomfortable, or I'm wearing a helmet. And
That was me with Rolana. Oh my god.
and look
I was
at
in
you
it
now,
for
you're like,
like
I
an
can't wait to
hour.
get this off. Let's just walk around in a Sonic onesie. Like, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah. Shout out to those people who wear full armor for hours.
Oh,
Like those Halo cosplayers. I don't know how you do it.
There was a point in time, and I think for me, if I'm going to wear something that uncomfortable, it's for a competition or something, but that's just like doubling it. You're nervous and you're uncomfortable. It's like, no.
Yeah, I would throw up. I almost passed out because it was so hot and it was just so much armor, and I'm like,
I can't imagine, and I don't doubt it's
melting.
happened before, just, someone gets sick in their costume,
yep.
and it's just like, I know, you throw up inside and down the front, there's nothing. It's like, I could not imagine.
Foul.
Ugh.
Oh,
No,
no.
stay away from armor, guys. No, don't do
Yeah.
armor. Beach costumes only. Beach costumes.
Oh, I feel like there's ulterior motives here, Jeremy.
Hey, beach costume under your armor. You can just dip in and out. It's great.
Yeah, no, I am a sucker for armor. I'm still going to do armor, even though it's going to make me miserable.
I like costumes with like pieces of armor on it.
Yeah,
If it's like full
yeah.
suit of armor, I'm like, but it's like, that's got
Yeah.
a section of armor which I can make. Yeah, I like that. So
It's fun.
yeah.
Next goal.
That's going to tie into the next one. Would you rather wear a super uncomfortable cosplay all day, or a perfectly comfy one that will fall apart halfway through the con?
Oh,
And this is funny because I recently did this at DreamHack.
yeah.
Well, I had
Did
this
you?
exact thing happen. Yeah, I wore my Ezreal, and because it was made of pleather, it was starting to flake. I was like, I've got one more good use out of this. No.
Yep.
It was flaking badly throughout the day.
Oh,
So
oh my god! I didn't even notice.
Well, I'm glad you didn't notice.
It's so good.
Oh no, the recent one that you saw was the remade one where it was out of
okay.
suede. It wasn't made out of
Yep.
pleather. But the pleather one,
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, super uncomfortable, but it's like perfectly made. Or would you rather wear something that's really comfy, but it falls apart halfway through the day?
Oh, I feel like I'd rather the uncomfortable one. I know that
Uncomfortable
sounds
one.
crazy.
No, I get you.
because When I've done a comfy one, I did a no-skate once,
Mm.
and even though it was so comfy, the idea of that falling apart is horrifying, because the part that I was worried about falling apart was the booby top.
Yep,
and
yep.
that was just like fashion taped. And I was like, oh my God, if that fell apart, there'd be full titty out.
Full
like,
titty.
I had covers on my nipples, but still,
Okay,
like,
you were prepared for any situation.
I was prepared, but that would be so bad. I'd rather be uncomfortable because at least it's not falling apart. I can always take it off. And it's something I love, you know.
I agree. I will say it depends on the degree of uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because
it does.
Yeah, look, there are costumes which are uncomfortable. I don't think I've ever really worn a costume that was so uncomfortable I was either got physically sick or I had to go home early.
I haven't.
Because if it got to that stage of uncomfortable, I'd rather just wear the one that's going to fall apart. Because if I have to go home anyway, I'd rather do it not sick, right? So that's my take on it. So yeah,
that's a good point.
Good point. Good view.
It's hard.
All right, what do you got next?
A hard one.
What's next on your list?
Oh, okay. Would you rather only cosplay characters you love but nobody recognizes, or super popular ones you don't care about?
I've done both. Done both. Now, once upon a time, my answer would have been super popular ones that I don't care about because I couldn't talk to people. So the only way that I could have any interaction with anyone whatsoever, if someone came up to me and was like, oh, can I take a photo? And I lived for that. I lived for that.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the stage, I will wear a costume. It's like, yeah, I love this. This is my homeboy. I don't care if no one notices me or asks to take a photo because I'm going to start a conversation with someone either way.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
My answer is, I'd rather wear something I love that no one knew because that ain't going to stop me from being social and having a good time. But what would you prefer? What would you prefer?
No, I'm 100% the same because so many times I've joined like group cosplays or cosplayed something someone else wanted me to cosplay. And the idea of, cosplaying as a group and with people, it sounds fun. But then you're like, it's not as fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to pose for photos. I look awkward. I don't know how to do any of my content. I just don't know how to embody the character.
Yep.
And a lot of the time it's a character I wouldn't have even picked out of the options. And it's just like every time I've cosplayed something someone else wanted me to cosplay, I've never had as good as an experience as the ones that I have planned.
Was that one of those things where
I'm so excited.
Oh, Danny, we need like this character to be done. Can you do this one character we're missing kind of thing?
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Other times it's also just a random idea. And I just like to support my friends' ideas. No shade to any friends who have wanted me to like do these things before. Like I will still, if I really, if I love you, I will still do it. But if I already have plans for a big event, I'm not dropping my plans, obviously. Like I have these visions, usually to be for a con that I'm like, oh, I'm just going to probably lobby con it anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine, whatever. But yeah. I've put too much effort sometimes into group cosplays. I'm like, why the fuck did I excuse my language, but like, why did I spend so much money making this? I don't care about it.
Yeah. I think we've all been there, and I think it's a learning experience that everyone has to go through. You can listen to as many podcasts as you want, listen to as many YouTubers tell you the same thing, saying, oh, do the things that you love the most. But until you go through that rite of passage of like, I want to do this because I want to join my friends in this project that they really like.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to them. At the end of the day, you're going to do it. They'll feel grateful, but you're going to feel like, what was the point? I put all this effort into something which I don't care about. And I'm sorry, Danny, but I just didn't care so much about this project. But you're obviously not going to tell them that. And you're stuck.
Even if you buy it.
Yeah, even if you buy it, you're stuck with this costume that you'll never wear again because you don't care or know about it.
This is true.
Same thing. I did the same thing, join a group project of a friend who, with his friends, he was doing a group. They were missing a character. I said, all right, cool, I'll do it, whatever.
Yeah.
I wore that costume once. I'm like, well, what was the point? Like, what was the point? I'm just like another character, which, it looks good on a picture. But let's be real. When you see a full group of characters from the same series, you're like, well, that looks kind of cool. But you don't really care about any, particular individual in a group photo. You're like, oh wow, that's
true.
What's the character from Full Metal Alchemist? Oh, that Bradley cosplayer among the bunch of them was the best out of like the 14 there. Like, you're not going to notice.
No one
So
notices.
if it's something where you love King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist and you're like, I'm going to do King Bradley anyway, there's also a group here, okay, why not? Then you do the group.
Yeah.
But other than that, just do your plans, do it with your besties. If it's 2 or 3 of you, that's fine. But yeah, I would definitely rather do the character, which I care about more than the character I've done.
Yeah, I agree.
Good question.
Thank you.
Okay. Would you rather... okay, this is a question about photos. Would you rather have an insanely detailed, award-winning cosplay with no photos of it, or super simple cosplay with professional level photos?
Oh, shit. So hard. Because I remember with Rolanda, I put so much effort into her and I hadn't planned to get any photos.
Yep.
And the only reason why I had photos taken was because very last minute before I changed out, a photographer asked to get photos.
It's very lucky that you got those photos, yeah.
Yeah, and they turned out so good. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I got these photos. They meant so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it honestly, it means more to capture my work, even if it's a simple costume.
Yep.
If it's something I worked hard on, I would rather capture it, because so many times I've done costumes, like when I first started, I'm like, all I have is this really poor quality
phone photo
selfie of it, on my phone. I'm like, no, why? Like,
I would be very much be the same. Super simple cosplay with, like, it doesn't have to be professional photos, just decent photos. I'd be super happy with, because I've got a list of costumes. Daddy, I don't know if I've shown you this list, but I've written down every single costume that I've ever done in my life. Like that list plus that list. Right?
I love that.
Yeah, so that way I don't forget.
Black Cat?
Yeah, the very first costume I ever did was Black Cat. I don't know if you can see it, but it's backwards, but yeah.
I love Black Cat. I can't believe that. That's so cool.
So it was the first costume I ever did. But the point is, of that list, I've got photos of maybe, if I'm lucky, half of them. So there's a lot of costumes I've done which I actually don't have any pictures of, which is a damn shame,
sad.
right? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, maybe I'll get pictures later. And what happens? You get busy, you make another costume, you just never get around to it. And by the end of the day, what I did last year, the year before, I threw out, a good 80% of my costumes because they were moldy or broken or they weren't taken photos of. So to that degree, I've got detailed award-winning costumes with no photos. So it sucks. Get photos, really kids. Sad. Get photos.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a phone photo at the convention, that might be the only time you get a photo. So take that photo at the start of the day when you're fresh and then like, cool, I've got something. But yeah.
Agreed.
And if you find, hey, photographer buddy, let's do photos, that's a bonus. So all right. So that's my photo question, Danny. What do you got?
I like that. My one is, would you rather be part of a super popular cosplay group but have no say in your character? This is kind of similar to the other one. Or choose your own character but always cosplay solo?
Oh, okay.
This is hard.
That's tough. So have no say in a group cosplay or...
Yep, it's a super popular one too.
And is this all the time?
It doesn't say all the time. It just says, would you rather be part of a super popular cosplay group, but you don't have a choice in what character you do, or you get to choose your character, but you're by yourself? You cosplay solo. But I don't know if that means you're just not part of a group.
Yeah. Look.
Because you could have friends, right?
That's true. Look, to that degree, let's say super popular group, say you're, I don't know, for context, let's just say it's... you're like a band, say you're part of the Backstreet Boys or something, right? Yeah. Would you rather have, be part of this band, but you only get to sing the backing lines?
Yeah.
Or would you have this solo career, which is very modest in comparison, right? I think that's kind of how it's like with this. So maybe you're part of the super famous cosplay group where you get to tour and people invite you places.
Yeah.
But it's like, right, you're cosplaying this, you don't get a choice. Like,
yeah, people assign what you cosplay.
To that degree, I enjoy cosplay more, not for the fame, or not for the recognition. And the thing that I have enjoyed most about it is the people that I get to meet. To be fair, though, like, because I did get to go do WCS, I did get to meet some wonderful people.
It's hard, isn't
yeah,
it?
that is a bit of a tough one. Because solo, it's like, okay, can I create those opportunities myself? Can I make my own friends? You absolutely could.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm just trying to like give myself a bad example. Like, let's just say there's a specific character that I'm assigned to, and I'm like, oh no, I don't like that character.
Yeah,
would I be like, would I be okay with that? I don't. Oh, it's so hard. I feel like, I would do it, but I'd be miserable. So it's like, would I rather be miserable for opportunity? I mean, you don't even know if there's opportunity. It's not even guaranteed.
That case, I'll go solo. I would go solo because I have control over who I talk to and the opportunities that I make for myself rather than having that presented by chance through something else. So I'd be solo and I would make friends.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
Good answer, Danny. I love that.
Thank you.
Okay.
You answered well.
On this one, would you rather cosplay your dream character, but you had a budget of $10, or a random character with unlimited budget and resources?
Oh, that's hard.
It is hard.
I feel like if I did my dream character for $10,
you want to do it
I'd
justice.
be so upset.
Right?
Yeah, I'd be so sad that it would look like
look like ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to, unless I can use what I have, I could make something work. But
this is like, remember cosplay when you were like 13 or 14 and you had no money and you used your real hair and a bunch of cardboard boxes made of Kellogg's cornflakes?
Yeah, I feel like I'd probably rather, I have, what is it? It's a random character I have to make.
With unlimited budget.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a fun challenge too,
Yeah.
I could make like a video out of it. It'd be like, oh, I have an unlimited budget.
Let's see how far I can take this. Because with $10, it's same thing. You can get creative, but I think when it's a dream cosplay or dream character, you'd want to do it justice. You want to make sure that you're in the right position to be able to to make that costume the way that you wanted to make it.
Yeah, it'd be so sad creating your dream costume and it doesn't turn out good enough because, you didn't have the money for it.
It's like I think back to things I've made in my life. I've definitely done characters which I haven't been in love with. It was a fun project, but like if you wanted to tell me what would be more fun, dream character with $10 or random character with unlimited, it is a tough one. But I would say unlimited because when I do the dream character, actually, I don't know if I've told you this story. I did Phantom Dark from DN Angel when I was a lot better and older and more mature. And I said, because I said to myself when I was 16, 17, I'm not doing this character until I get better because I like him too much. And I'm glad I did because, there's a picture back there. I've got a picture back there of him. And I'm glad I did because I was really proud of that when I finally got to do him. And
it looks so good.
Thanks, fam. Let me pop that picture for you. 1 second.
It's so cool. Yeah. It's funny that
there he is. Look, that's me.
Yeah, it's sick. It was in a magazine.
Looks fun.
Apparently.
Anyway, we can cut that. That's
It's so cool.
Thanks, fam. So yeah, that was my dream cosplay for a long time, and I didn't do it with $10, so I'm happy I didn't.
It looks amazing. It's so cool. But no, agreed.
What's your dream character right now, Danny? Or past dream character you've already done? Like, what do you got?
Oof. So one of my dream characters since I was pretty young, actually, when I was playing a lot of Smash, was Samus, like suited Samus.
Oh, Samus Aran from Metroid. Right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to make her full suit, and I want to do it justice, like because her waist is pretty
cinched.
Small. Yeah, it's pretty cinched. So I'm like, I really want to do it justice. I want the helmet to light up. I want the silhouette to be perfect. But I want to get better with my foam smithing first. Another dream character is definitely like Guts and Griffith from Berserk.
Yeah.
Me and Byron really want to do that. Yeah, I just heard him be like, yeah, in the back. I try to think, aside from that, at the moment I'm obsessed with Malice from Marvel Rivals, like the Malice skin, the Invisible Woman Malice skin.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to make it.
It's sexy.
So cool.
We want to make these cool girls.
Yes, it's actually a lot more complicated than people might think. When I started breaking it down, I was like,
oh god, there's a lot.
It's going to cost a lot. Yeah.
As I'll do all, there wouldn't be a dream costume if it wasn't going to be a lot of work. So
yeah, but yeah, what about you?
I think same thing. Just what would I get more joy out of in terms of dream character for $10 or random character with unlimited dollary dues? I would have a lot more fun, I think, making some random character because again, I enjoy the crafting aspect of a lot, and if I had access to all of these resources and budget, then cool. Let's just have some fun with this one, even if I don't care about it as much.
Yeah,
I think that would be the. Do
you have a dream character though?
It's tough since you saw my list of things that I've done.
You've done it all.
Oh, that's the thing. I have done pretty much everything that I can think of. That I really wanted to do as a kid. That required a lot of work.
Yeah.
This DN Angel one was probably one of the last big projects. Like that's the dream cosplay. I'm glad I did it when I did. But when I think about projects, because as you get older, I don't watch as much anime. I don't watch as much TV or play as many video games anymore. So because my media consumption's gone down, I still make costumes at the same rate, but the number of things I want to do doesn't increase as well. So
yeah, it makes sense.
I'm actually running out of things that I want to cosplay unless something really catches my eye.
That's fair.
In terms of dreams, the only thing I really want to do at this point in time is Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet. That's probably the one. Yes. It's not even that complicated either. Cool. But the full windsurfer and all that, just light it up. Cool. I think that'd be just fun to do. So
that would be awesome.
But yeah, so I'm gonna put my dollary dues on unlimited dollary dues rather than the 10.
Yeah,
so,
same.
Yeah. All right, what do you got? We've got a couple of questions left on your list.
Yeah, I think I have one more, and I think you have one more.
I got one. Let's do. You got an extra one? You got that extra one lined up as well?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through two more each then. Okay.
All right.
It's your turn. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was like waiting, and I was like, wait a second, no one's talking. All right. Would you rather have a viral cosplay moment for something super silly, or get consistent low-key recognition for your best work? This is really tricky.
That is tough because I think that's the combination of like, how do you say you do get a viral video? Would you rather use that platform to bounce and use as leverage to what you really want to do?
Yeah.
Or do you want to kind of grow your brand the way that you want to grow it? Yeah. Look, I would say, for me personally, I hope there's not too much of a surprise, I would actually take the viral thing because I would like that silly thing that I did to be part of what I already do anyway.
Yeah, so makes sense.
I'd rather it's like, I'll post something like what we're doing now. We'll do something serious, value, then something fun and silly. Something value, something silly. And if that silly thing happened to pop off, it's like, haha, this is that guy that did that funny thing. Haha.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, and I also do these other things if you're interested. So I think I would be able to use that as a way of like, hey, look, that's just one part of me. If you always know me as that silly guy who did that thing, cool, whatever. But, that's just part of a whole of who I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool to be, build up a brand consistently. That's how most of us will do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I think it really just takes that one springboard for us to really, put ourselves into this place in which we want people to see more of who we are. But that's my take on it. Would you have a similar take, or?
Oh, for me, it's hard because I have had viral cosplay moments on TikTok and on Instagram. Like I've
noticed. I've been watching,
and it doesn't always translate.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't always give you like a huge followers or all these people messaging you for like, oh, let me sponsor you. It doesn't always translate. And then sometimes it gets disheartening when your next video doesn't do nearly as well, or your next thing, and no one cares about it. It's like, like how do I recreate that virality?
Yeah.
And even if you did repost the exact same video, sometimes it doesn't go viral. It's just the luck of the draw a lot of the time. But consistent low-key recognition for your best work. I don't. It's hard for me to even understand what low-key recognition means.
Let me rephrase the question slightly, because there's something that I feel very strongly about. But I'll pose the question to you. Would you rather be someone who has millions upon millions of fans who follow your work? A lot of them are just very, hit a like and move on kind of thing. Or would you rather have, a very slowly consistent growth, but the people who follow you are very supportive, dedicated followers?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like when you have the dedicated and supportive followers, it will reflect more in your work. Like I've seen it before. I see people with huge followings and it doesn't translate in their content.
I agree.
Like a lot of the time, no one comments or likes because they haven't created a community for people to, no one's been on their journey or cares about their journey, which is sad. Like they probably don't even intend for that to happen.
Of course.
But like there have been times where I've seen some of my stuff do better than people with bigger followings than me. And a lot of the time it's just all these friends and people I know in the community that are supporting what I do. But yeah, that's why I feel like I prefer the consistent low-key recognition for my work. Because I also feel like other not brands, but let's just say businesses like cons and managers or whatever, I feel like they pay attention to that too. I feel like they pay attention to your engagement rate and everything.
Absolutely. I think it's very necessary for that. And I would agree, if the question was posed that way in terms of would you rather have huge following with little engagement or small following with a lot of engagement, I would much prefer the small following, because in the end, the things that you do, the things that you create, things that you put out into the world, you definitely want eyeballs on it, but you also want people to talk to. You want to engage with that. You want to have that, like I said, it's fun to grow together. You can watch the growth. You can grow with me. We'll be on this journey together. And that's why I think fans of big musicians like Taylor Swift or Kylie Minogue or something, people who've been there since the start. It's like, I remember when they were just like a wee girl doing this, and now I followed them. They feel very connected to these people because they've seen that growth rather than meet them later in life. So
but, and just for reference, I'm pretty sure all of my viral stuff is silly content.
Oh, it's that girl who did the silly content. Look, there she is.
It's never been like something crazy I've made, But yeah, I'm definitely more the consistent low-key recognition for my best work would be great.
But look, put it from someone who has made a bunch of bigger costumes. Like making big costumes is not going to be the way to, your path to glory and fame, because it is
sadly
more
not
about the way that you post and the way you engage with the community that's going to matter the most. So good question though. Good question.
That was hard.
Yeah, it was a tough one. All right, my second last one. Would you rather get constructive criticism on every cosplay from a brutally honest person, very honest, or would you only get vague praise, but it doesn't help you improve at all? So brutal honesty or vague praise?
I feel like I'm already that brutally honest person to myself.
I think, listen, there's nothing, okay, I always say this, like, you can be brutally honest. You can also just be honest. You can be kindly honest. But in this case, this is the question. Brutally honest or vague praise from someone who doesn't actually help you improve?
I'm definitely more about improving, even if it is brutal. If I'm like, a lot of the time I won't ask for advice unless I'm ready to take it though.
Yep, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like if I just worked so hard on something and someone reacts with, oh, you could improve this, like this part looks dog shit. I'd be like, you don't know how much I cried over trying to make this. Like, don't do that to me. I'm going to throw it in the bin.
I'm going to go cry now.
Yeah, but a lot of the time when I ask for feedback or criticism, it's because I'm prepared mentally
Yeah.
to hear the worst a lot of the time, and I'm already picked apart what I've created.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm always asking Byron too, the poor guy. I'll come back and I'm like, look how shit this is. Look at this piece of trash. He's
Listen,
like, what are
you.
talking about? He's like, this looks so cool. Like, no, look at it. It's disgusting. But he does help a lot with if I need something improved. Like he'll actually tell me. He'll be like, oh, maybe try this and it'll make it look more round. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like I need that. That is so important to me. I want things to look good.
Okay.
And I want to improve it.
So would you prefer the brutally honest person then, or the
Yeah, I
vague praise?
prefer the brutally honest.
I, funnily enough, would prefer the vague praise when it comes to cosplay, particularly. I feel like we're our own worst critic. Right?
Yeah.
And if I met someone who every time they saw me, they was like, "Wow, nice costume," except for this fucking sucks.
Oh,
I'd
that
be
would
like,
piss me off.
"Yeah, bro, no." I'd rather them just be like, "Hey, man, good job." You know, I think you did a good job. Because I think it's like you said, if I wanted that feedback, I would seek it out from someone whose opinion I valued or someone I know who was going to be kind about it and not going to be a complete, tear me down kind of thing. So, because it says, if that vague praise doesn't help me improve, that's fine. I will improve myself in a different way. But
what was the question? Did I misunderstand?
No. It just says, would you rather receive constructive criticism on every cosplay from a brutally honest person, or only receive vague praise from someone who doesn't help you at all? So,
okay, yeah.
But everyone's different, so there's no right or wrong answer. This is just a would you rather segment.
Yeah, it is hard though, because if all I ever got was harsh criticism instead of like, oh, good job. Like if I never got a good job, that would destroy me.
It would destroy me. It would destroy anybody. It would destroy anybody.
I need some praise, but yeah, it's so hard.
It can be like that.
Making me rethink my answer now, because I'm like, I really value harsh criticism, but if no one ever praised my hard work, it would be disheartening. You'd think that you're not actually improving.
I mean, I think it's the right thing in right doses from the right people. It's kind of a fine balance. So it's I don't think there's a one correct answer for this kind of thing. So
yeah, agreed.
All right, what's your last would you rather question that we have today, Danny? What do you got?
Oh, okay. My one, I'm trying to think. Did we already say this? Anyway, I'll just say it anyway. Would you rather always be recognized but have people call you by the wrong character name, or never be recognized at all? So I'm just picturing everyone like, I had it once at AvCon. I dressed as Vash. Right? And so many times people are like, oh my God, it's the Fullmetal Alchemist, it's Edward Elric. Because they're both blonde with the fake arm and a red coat, it's so funny. So I got a lot of recognition and people be like, oh my God, I love the anime so much. I'm like, yeah, me too. They're like, yeah, Edward Elric. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not Ed.
You know what?
It's so funny.
I would actually take, because either way, I would make my own, because, okay, either way, you're not being recognized for you.
Yeah.
Right? Either way. Either way, I would still strike up conversations with people. However, I would take the first one, which is
me too.
Be mistaken, because it's still something funny you can talk about.
It is.
I think it's a good starting point. So that's fun. I like that one. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
A lot of people are like, oh, you're from Baldur's Gate.
Yes, I am.
But I'm from Elden Ring, I'm
an Elden Ring character. Okay, so this is my last one here. Would you rather, I think it's a pretty banger for the last one. Would you rather have a cosplay friend who always flakes last minute? You're like, oh, it's pretty bad already. Or someone who's super reliable, but they take control of every single project?
That's so rough.
Yeah.
Because it can really depend. Sometimes it's good to have someone who can actually just say, okay, this is what we got to do. This is what I need you to do.
Yep.
Do this. It's kind of frustrating when an organizer's like, oh, I don't maybe like.
It's a really big spectrum, and I think it's two complete opposite ends of like takes control or never takes control.
Yeah, but like someone flaking all the time. Again, it could be frustrating, but it doesn't technically impact me really.
Let's say they flake 99% of the time, or 98% of the time. Let's put it like that.
It's so hard because what does it mean? Like they flake, as in they don't turn up for an event, like a group cosplay kind of thing? Like,
yeah, and sometimes they do.
Oh, it really depends. Because if it was for a competition, I'd be like, "You're dead to me." But
yeah, absolutely.
But if it was just like a group project and they're like, "Oh, sorry, something came up. I can't attend the con today," even though we're meant to all be a group, I'd be like, "Oh, it is what it is.
Yeah,
like, I still look awesome." But someone controlling everything can be rough at the same time.
It can.
It can be really painful.
I think it'd depend on the situation. It'd depend on the situation. If it's like a big group cosplay and lots of people involved, but they always flake for some reason, I was like, yeah, cool, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't no skin off my back.
Yeah, still have fun.
But I also know because I used to have a friend who was exactly that. And it took me a very long time to realize. It's like, oh, you just don't respect me or our friendship whatsoever. You do everything because you want to do it at your whims, and you don't really care about me at all. So
Had that outside of cosplay too.
But someone who takes control of every project is the same kind of narcissistic, just a different version of it. So it's like, oh, we don't do things my way or the highway.
Yeah, and I have had people in and out of cosplay like that, and I feel like it can really cause tension because eventually I snap when someone is constantly bossing me around. Like at first, and because a lot of the time people who are super controlling, I don't know if this is the same for you, but they tend to be stress heads.
Yeah, absolutely.
They tend to stress so much and be like, "This has to happen, or it's the end of the freaking world." And I'm like, "Chill, we're cosplaying. Like it's fine." Or they expect. Sometimes they expect things to revolve around them.
Expectations is a big one. This is hard because it's like you care too much or you don't care enough.
Yeah.
So it's actually a tough one for me because, look,
I feel like I'd
pick one. You have to pick one.
I was gonna say I feel like I'd rather the flaky person because,
funnily enough, I feel like it as well. I feel like I'd pick the flaky one because, like I said, it doesn't impact you as much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, didn't expect you to anyway. Like, I still gonna have fun without you.
It's not fun without you. At that point in time, it's like, oh, is this much of a friendship? I'll rethink it.
Yeah.
But same with the super controlling one. It's like it's not much of a friendship if it's your way all the time.
It's painful. Yeah, it gets pretty sad.
But that was the last question. What do you think of our little Would You Rather segment, Danny?
That was fun. Yeah. It was also hard. And also I was like, what would I... And when I read them, I was like, oh, could I actually answer this? And then after thinking about it, I'm like, oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, we both had similar answers. Yeah. I think there's only like two that we might have had different answers on.
Well, I think it's nice that, well, number one, it shows that, hey, we think similarly, similar values. That's a good thing between two people.
It is a good thing.
But I also liked that, there was some difference because we do have our own opinions, but I also liked that, okay, I'm not going to look at your questions. You're not going to look at my questions. Let's do a live reaction to these questions and see what happens.
Yes. That was really fun.
That was good. I liked it. So good. That was this episode of the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us and, just having a bit of opinions, hearing a bit more about who we are and what we think. But again, thanks for listening in. Just a little plug for our little Patreon. If you want to check us out and you like what we do, you want to support us, links are in the description. But otherwise, you can find it on Patreon. Just the JustBeCos cosplay podcast. You'll find us on Patreon and join the fam. Join the fam. Buy us a coffee once a month and join the fam. We'll have some chats. We'll support you wholesomely. And we're going to give you the support and advice that you want. If you want it, you don't have to. But we'd love to meet some of you guys and chat a little bit more and see what else we'll do going forward.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yes.
But other than that, we'll catch you next week, I suppose.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for listening.
Love you all. We'll talk to you soon,
Much
hey?
love.
All right. Love hearts. Bye.